The 2013 Woodstock School Annual Reunion, held at Maryville College in the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee, got off to a rousing start with an Appalachian barbecue, mountain music from the Pistol Creek Catch of the Day Band, and mountain stories by Dwight McCarter, a professional local storyteller. As always, it was the occasion to meet and greet classmates and schoolmates from days gone by. The silent auction gave an opportunity to either size down or add to cherished collections from India. The songs led by Charlene Chirtunber triggered the best kinds of nostalgia. Nostalgia about the mountains, Teary Road, hiking trails, ferns and flowers, lifted spirits as always.
Not only do they see themselves for who they are, but they develop a global perspective, an international mindedness, which is one of the most important characteristics of global citizenship today.
Several dynamic presentations by Woodstock School Principal Jonathan Long about educating an increasingly diverse student body for service in an increasingly complex and shrinking global community, and about expanded and excited programs for the future, impressed those gathered and were received with appreciation and applause.
Good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
The WOSA annual meeting was led by President Woody Turner, class of '61. Reports were given by officers and leaders.
It's my pleasure to be here, and certainly my pleasure to introduce Phil Duvall.
The Distinguished Alumni Award was presented to Philip Duvall from the class of '66 for his innovative work with the poor.
Please forgive my friends.
How are you?
Saturday night was Kana night, when many dressed up in Indian clothes for the occasion. The worship service Sunday morning was filled with memories, mountains, and music. After only 2 practice sessions, the alumni choir moved its listeners.
But God can be heard in many different voices and sounds. All we need to do is to have an open mind.
With her message of how music stirs the spiritual side in all of us, Suzanne Jonas wove together a beautiful service of readings, music, and memories. Each year, those who are no longer with us are remembered.
Kenneth Arloff, Miriam Beachy,
Era Bugs.
This year, 95 beloved members of the Woodstock community were named one by one. The weekend was packed with interesting sessions, and choices had to be made. To name only a few, Robert Bonham from the class of '59 informed about how to lead a tour group to India and shared slides from some of the groups he has led.
The impression the world over may be that not much has changed in the status of Indian women, but it's not necessarily true.
Shanila Chunder from the Woodstock staff shared her perspective on India and Woodstock today. There was a delightful session led by a local dulcimer maker, composer, and musician.
The mountain dulcimer is is basically one of the only true American instruments that there's been.
He and his wife demonstrated the courting dulcimer. As long as parents or chaperones could hear music coming from next door from 4 active hands playing, there was no need for alarm. The final open mic evening elicited some wonderful musical talent and a number of Woodstock stories, some stretched of course, but for sure none were tall. Despite the many presentations and activities, the weekend was wonderfully orchestrated with ample time to visit classmates over a cup of chai and catch up on all the news.
It's an honor and a privilege to have you in this neck of the woods with us for this grand reunion.
Our deep thanks goes to the local planning committee, chaired this year by class of 1960 Carol Rue Green, for yet another most enjoyable and meaningful Woodstock School Reunion. Mark your calendars now for the next reunion to be held in Baltimore, Maryland, July 11, 12, and 13.
That's good.
Thank you, my dear.